everyone, this is Sheila Peters, and we're about to do a stretch body awareness class. Let's start by standing slightly to diagonal. Our feet are right underneath our hips, and we're going to start to circle our shoulder. So we're going to take that right shoulder going forward, lift it up to the back and down and forward. You can bend the knees, softening them as you come to the front and straighten as you go to the back. Two more, forward, lift, up, and back. Once more, and come down, forward, lift, back, and around. Now we're going to bring our hand to our shoulder and repeat, and deepen that bent knee position, making that elbow way forward. Lift it up. Follow that elbow with your eyes, and come around, and come forward. And as you deepen the bent knee and follow the elbow, you'll notice that there are other parts of your body that start to get involved. And to the front. Lift, up, arcing to the back, and around. And we have one more in this position. Reach forward, way forward. Trying to make that circle as big as you can, all the way up. Arc it back, and down. And then open up the arm, and let's make the arm work. Following the hand, lift it up, all the way to the back, as back. And in that arc as you can get, and around and down. Letting that head really be loose, and following the hand. Up, arc to the back, good, and down. Reaching forward, your hand may be draping on the floor. Lift, up, arc to the back, and down. And once more, way forward. Lift, up, arc it to the back, excellent. And come down. Now let's stay down here. Shake the heads, no. Shake the heads, yes. Repeat. Shake the heads, no. And shake the heads, yes. Let's take a deep breath in. As we exhale, push the hips up so we're straightening the legs to get into the hamstrings a little bit. They might not want to go all the way straight. Bend, inhale. Exhale. And lengthen through those legs as the head goes down. Two more. Bend, inhale. Exhale, and lengthen. Hands are loose. And bend, inhale. Exhale, and lengthen. Good. Bend the knees. Bring the hands to the knees, and let's roll up through that spine. One vertebra at a time. Getting into that neck. Shoulders come down. Heads come up. We're going to arch through, sticking our derriere out, and drop down as we bend our knees. Repeat. And roll up through that spine, engaging abdominals, so we're activating the spine. Lift, up, stretching through, breathe, arch, and come down. Two more. And pushing through that spine, arching up, through that back. Good. Lift. And come up, and pushing out. This is more like a cow in yoga position. And we have one more. Push through, roll, lift, up, lengthen, all the way up, and arc through, drop, all the way down. Good. Let's go once more down to the floor, heads down. Breathing in and then exhale as you straighten the legs, and you may find that your legs are quite a bit straighter here. Once again, let's shake our heads out. You can make it go side to side. Shimmy the shoulders out, and then wiggle the hips a little bit. And see if that allows you to get a little further over. And here we go. We're going to roll up by bending the knees, engaging abdominals, rolling up through the spine, and upright. Good. Now, as you turn to the other side, you may notice that this side that we worked on with the shoulder rolls, etc., feels a little bit longer than this side. So let's go to the other side. Here we go. Feet are underneath the hips. And we have bend, shoulder goes forward, lift, straighten, and make the shoulder go back. And bend, push, lift, up, circling to the back. Two more. And bend, push through, lift, up. And back, last one, and come forward, lift, up, opening up in that whole shoulder area, hand comes to the shoulders, bend the knees, deepen that bend, make that elbow come forward. Now you're following that elbow, arc it back as you bend the knees, and then come down. Let's keep it going, to the front, lift, watching that elbow, up, arc back,
and around. 2 more. So we're opening up this upper spine area, shoulder on this side, out and around. And 1 more, and reach it forward, as far forward as you can get. Lift up, arc it to the back, reach it, and come down. Extend that arm, and now we have the hand as our focal point with our eyes. Lift up, arc it to the back, way back, opening up, and coming down, letting that head be loose. Push, lift, up, breathe, arc, and down. 2 more, and reach it forward, lift, way up, trying to increase the circle that you're making with that hand. And here's our last one. Drop it down, reach, breathe, lift, way up there, arc, way to the back. Good, and coming down. Now we're going to once again drop our heads down. Let's shake our heads no, and shake our heads yes. Repeat that once more. Shake those heads no, and shake your heads yes. Good, taking a deep breath in. Exhale, straighten the legs, hips come up, heads go down. This time it should feel a little bit easier to make yourself go into this stretch for the hamstrings. And breathe in. Exhale, push the hips up, lengthen through the legs and through the spine. Heads are deeply dropped. And inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Beautiful. And bend, inhale. And exhale. Good. Keeping the hips lifted. We're going to try and roll up without bending your knees, but if you need to bend the knees, you can. So we're engaging the abdominals, coming all the way up, rolling through that lower back, mid-back, upper back, shoulders, and head. And now we're going to take that arch, and if you can maintain straight legs, that's what I want you to aim for, but if it feels like you can't do that safely, then bend your knees as you arc all the way down. We're going to let our arms hang. Again, rolling up. How straight or bent your legs are is entirely up to you, but we're working on that spine. Arching through, using your breath. You can let your eyes close if you want, if that helps you to feel the sensations internally a little bit more easily. And roll up through your spine. Here's our third one coming up. Really try to create fluidity in that spine. Arc through, arch, all the way down. Good, and we have 1 more. Heads are loose, and rolling up, engaging the abdominals. Lift, breathing, feeling space happen between this individual vertebra, all the way up, and arch, and come down. Good, now we're going to stay down here, and we're going to add a little more stretch for the upper hamstring by rocking forward with our hands, weight into the hands, and then pushing back with the hips. So the hips are going behind the heels, and the spine gets a lengthening there as well as the hamstrings, upper hamstrings do. And rock forward, making sure that head is loose. And push it back. 2 more. And rock it forward. And push it back. Long line. Excellent. And we have 1 more. Rock it forward. And push it to the back. Really lengthening through that spine as the hands lift a bit, so you go onto the fingertips and pushing the hips back as far as you can. Good. Come to your neutral position. Bend the knees, and let's roll up through our spine 1 more time. Coming to an upright position. Good. And shimmy that out. Okay, let's open up into a wide position here. We have the heels going towards each other and the toes going out. Backs are straight, hands on the hips. And let's just bend out and straighten. And same leg. And straight. We're going to take 4 of those just to start getting the inside of the legs working here. And bend. And other side. Bend. And straighten. And bend. And straighten. 2 more. Bend. And straighten. And bend. And straighten. Now we're going to rock back, shift our hips over to the left as we flex that right foot. And neutral. Repeat 4 of those. And down. And flex it.
and down, and flex it. Let's take it to the other side. Hips go over to the right, left foot comes up, and release, and out, and release. Good, and out, and release, and out, and release. Let's bend the knees slightly. We're not going into a deep bend here, and we're going to just rock our hips to the side and side. So you can feel that last upper inside thigh get a little stretch there, and out. Good, and out, and over with the hips to the left, and repeat, out, and out. Now let's go into neutral position, bend a little bit more, and repeat. So because we're going lower, you're going to find that you have a chance to really open up in those inside thighs just a little bit more, and reach, and out. Once more in each direction, out, and out. Come back to neutral, and this time we're going even more deeply. If you want to, you can put your hands on your knees, but keep the upper body upright. And once again, pushing through with a swing, and out. So this will increase, once again, that stretch in the inside thighs. Your legs get some work here too. And out, and reach, and out. Come back to neutral, and straighten up. Let's just fold right away from here to a flat back position, holding on to the abdominals. You feel a stretch in the back of your hamstring, but in maybe a different place than when we were stretching earlier. And flat out. Good. And upright. Two more. And flat. And upright. And flat. And upright. Excellent. We're going to keep our hips facing front as much as we can. Bring our arms up and twist our upper body and take the flat back over to the right. So we're trying to fight on getting that hip back. So we get more stretch on that right hamstring. Reach the arms forward and lift. 3 more. And swing and flat. And reach and up. Keep breathing. Swing and flat. And reach. Last time. And swing. Making sure your back is flat, even if you're not parallel to the floor. And twist that upper body. We'll take it to the other side, to the left. Shoulders are down. Swing, reach. Good. And lift up. And swing, reach. Head in line with the tailbone. Lift. 2 more. Swing out. Good. And lift. And swing out. And lift up. Come back to neutral position. Let's open our arms, and we're going to bring our arms into a cross position. And we're going to bend our knees and swing our arms out. So we're bending, swing, keep the body upright, and come up and cross the other arm in front. And swing, breathe. Stretching deeply. Lift and up. We have 2 more. Swing, reach, up, lift, up, and swing, out. Good. Lift and up. Now we're going to reach to the side with our arms staying in this position, just stretching out the side body, letting that hip go. Come up and over. Breathe. Take that again. Up and over. And you might find there's a little bit of a balance challenge. And come up right. Bend the knees and repeat. And reach to the side. See if you're opening up through that side, lower side body. Up and over. Breathe. Side. Good. Coming up. Once more. Reach it over. Good. And lift. And reach it over. Excellent. And come up right. Reach the arms out. Now we're going to let the arms swing as the knees bend. Down. Straighten up. And down. And out. Now we're going to go to the right. And down. And center. Center again. Down. And up. And down. Out to the left. Down. Cross it over. Lift. And down. Repeat. You have your plane one. And lift. And down. And out. And down. To the right. Feel that stretch. Down. Last set. Go down. Lift. Down. Out. And down. Stretch it. Good. Down. And out. Excellent. Heel toe the legs in. Excellent. And bring your hands to your hips. In fact, I'm going to turn sideways So you can see what we're gonna do. We're gonna make our backs go in backward position with sort of a swing. So from here, we're bending, we're pushing our hips forward, letting that back arch, lift the arms up and over, and bend, push through, lift up and over, breathe, push through, lifting up and over. Once more, bend, push through, and lift and up. Now let's increase that bend to the back by putting our hands onto the back here. Bend the knees. We're going to take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're pushing the hips forward, using our hands as a brace back there on the lower back. Shoulders go down and open the front of the spine. Let the upper body go as far back as it can. And then bend the knees, roll up. Deep breath in. Exhale, push the hips, arc, reach, opening up. Shoulders are down, elbows go down, and bend, and use the abdominals to roll you up. We have 2 more. Inhale, exhale, push. See if you can increase this stretch with that front of the spine there, opening up, bend, and roll up. Last time, deep breath in, exhale, push, arc back, open way up there. Good. Bend the knees, roll up, and come to an upright position. Now let's take those swings that we did the first time and see how much more of an action you can get going back as the hips come forward and the arms come around. Then push through, arc, lift, and up. Bend, push through, arc, lift, and up. And last one, bend, push the hips forward, reach to the arms, arc, and lift. Good. From here, let's bring this front arm in front of you, and the back arm is going to wrap around your waist there. And we're going to just twist that arm to the back, keeping the hips front. So from here, reach forward, lift, try and let the hips stay right where they are, so you're opening up in that shoulder area. And forward, lift, press, and reach back. 2 more. Up, lift, reach to the back, and up, lift, reach to the back. Let's switch and go to the other side. So front arm wraps, back arm goes, up, reach to the back, opening up this first time. Feel that stretch in that shoulder. Lift, up, open it out, reach. Excellent. 2 more. Out, lift, up, reach back, and out, lift, up, and reach back. Good. Let's come back, working with that front arm, wrapping the back arm. We're going to lift that arm forward, reach it up, all the way to the back here. And from here, we're going to bend the knee and press out. Get a little more of a stretch, but the hips are still going front. Good. And straighten. Bend. Push it out. Good. And come upright and straight. Bend. Push it out. Coming back and straight. Bend. Push it out. There's a twist that happens there in the upper spine area. Come center and up. Let's take it to the other side. Before you do, notice how different this front arm feels and shoulder area. And let's go to the other side. So here we go. Lift, up, and we're reaching to the back in that bent knee position. From here, reach it out. See if you can get a little more of a twist and come down and up. Bend, push out through that upper spine. Good. And come center and lift. Bend, push it out, twist. Good. Center and upright. Last time. Bend, twist. Good. And center and up. Good. And just shimmy that out. See how that feels. Let's take 1 more upper spine exercise for yourself. So from here, we've got our hands clasped together, and we're going to push our arms forward, feeling both shoulder blades work away. So we're opening up that upper back area, keeping it low, don't let it get too high. And then opening the arms, clasping the hands together, and we'll do the same thing going to the back. So deep breath in, exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together so now your upper chest in the front is going into the stretch, and your shoulder blades are squeezing together. Let's do that once more. Coming back to neutral, clasp the hands, inhale. Exhale, reach forward, feeling the sort of fold happen in the front of your chest, but the opening between the shoulder blades. And reach the arms out. Bringing those hands together, inhale, exhale, and opposite thing happens. The shoulder blades come together, so that's the crunch area, and we have the front of the chest opening up. Good. And then come back to neutral. Excellent. Let's do a little bit of shoulder work here. So you can come back to face front, feet are in parallel underneath your hips, and we're going to take the right shoulder going forward. Lift, back, and down. Let's go up, down, and down. Forward, lift, back, and down. Lift, up, down, up. Other side, going forward. Lift, back, down, up, down, up. Now repeat. 1, lift, up, down, up, down. Now we're going to reverse it to the right, going back, circle, up, front, and up, down, go back, circle, up, and around, going up, down, up. Once more, go back, lift, up to the front, and up, down, up, and go back, lift, up, down, go up, down, up and down. So you should feel quite loose up in this whole upper area. Let's continue on, hands on the hips, and make our ribs go to the side, and side, and side, and side. Let's go front and back, and front ribs, and back, and front. Now diagonal to the right, diagonal front, diagonal back, and diagonal, and back. Other side, go front diagonal, and back, and front diagonal and back. Now we're going to take that whole series with singles and then triplets. So we have 1 and 1 going. 1, 2, 3. Other way. Go ribs to the left, to the right, triplet. 1, 2, 3. Going front, front and back, and front, back, front, and go back, and front, and back, front, right, diagonal. Here we go. Out, back diagonal, and 1, 2, 3, other side, out, and back, and 1, 2, 3. Let's continue and make the ribs go in a circle around to the right. So we're really working on this upper spine, mid-spine area. Around, we have 2 more circles, and pushing through. The more we keep this area nice and loose, the more ability we have to take deep breaths. And as we all know, oxygen is important. And let's come back to the front and take those circles to the opposite direction, around. And here we go, circling around. And we have 2 more. Here we go, front, side, back, and side. And last one, to the front, and side, and back, and side. Good, coming back to neutral position. Let's bend our knees, and now we're going to take a twist and involve our lower spine. So our arms are coming down. Again, we're going to do this wrapping action, and we're going to allow the body to twist. So from here, arms come up. We're going to bring this right arm up. As we twist, we're going to keep our hips still, but we're allowing our upper body to really go with it, and you feel more of a lower spine twist there. Good. Come down. And reach up, twist, really grabbing a hold of that waist so you can use it as leverage to twist and start to involve lower down in that spine. Circle and around, and once more, lift up, circle and around. Let's come up to a straight leg position as we shift arms and then come back to the bent knee position. Reach, keeping hold of the hips, going front, twist and reach. So you're starting to really feel that in that lower spine. And to the front, lift, up and twist. Good, and reach, lift, up and twist. And we have 1 more. Reach to the front, lift, up, breathe, and twist, coming to an upright position. So now we're going to come to the side once again, and we're going to start working more directly with that lower spine. So our knees are bent, hands come to our sides, and we're going to push that lower back out. So we're tilting through that spine, making that lower back go out behind us, and we're engaging the abdominals. Knees are still bent. Now we're going to push through the hips, bring the arms and the elbows come back as we go into that arch. So we're really focusing on that lower back. push it out, lengthening, and arch. Good, and push it out all the way. And coming to the back, and push it out. And release. Okay, standing up straight. Now we're going to try with our legs straight, which is infinitely more challenging, but let's see if we can do that. So our legs are straight, and we're going to push and tilt the hips, and so it's going to be a much smaller motion, but you still feel that lower back going to the back of the room, and then arch, and you may find the arch fairly easy to do. It's this pushing back, engaging the abdominals, and making that lower spine go to the back of you that is a little bit more challenging with straight legs. But we're doing some good work, concentrated work on that lower spine. Push it out, good, and release, and push it out. Really lengthening through that lower back as much as you can, good, and release, excellent. Okay, shimmy that out. All right, we're gonna come down to the floor, so find a nice way to get to the floor. And we're gonna do a little work on our feet, and then start working on the legs and the hips. So I'm going to turn to the diagonal once again. My back is straight. I'm going to cross my left leg over my right so that the upper thigh is leaning against the supporting knee here. And we're going to flex out through the foot and push the ball of foot and point, coming up with the toes and flex. Ball of foot and point. Shoulders stay down, toes and flex. Two more. Ball of foot and point. And toes come up, and once more, and point, and toes, and come up. And let's take circles there, all the way around, making the big toe be the motivator here. It's like the big toe is the big crayon, and you're making 4 circles around, so your ankles are getting some good stretches there, around, and come up. And now we're gonna make the little toe be the one that leads up and around. And just notice how much more action you're getting in that ankle. We want our ankles to stay supple so that if you have a sudden twist or fall, you don't break anything. Your ankles will be ready for that, and shake that foot out. Good. Stretch the legs out, sitting up tall, and really notice how that foot feels compared to the one that we haven't worked with. Let's take a little bit more action here using some energy medicine techniques. We're going to rub our hands together, and we're going to make a little energy ball. And then we're going to take the right arm, sorry, it's the left arm, coming over to the side of your right head and come down here along the shoulder. And what we're doing is just connecting everything up, coming down the torso, go to the outside of that leg, along and down, and folding from the hips to reach it off the foot. We're going to take that 2 more times. So hand, and you're just bringing your hand right on top, lightly, the skin. But what this does is it helps with all of the cells in the body to understand that they need to connect up together. And let's take that to the other side, the same side one more time. Coming down, should feel very comforting too. And out and down. Now before we do that whole series to the other side, I want you to notice how that side feels compared to the side that we haven't done it. You may feel like you're more connected into those legs. Okay, so let's move to the other side. Knees are bent. We're folding the other leg over. Backs are straight. Shoulders are down, and we're flexing out through the foot. Ball of foot and point. Toes come up and flex. Ball of foot and point. Toes come up and flex. Ball of foot and point. Toes up and flex, ball of foot and point, toes come up and flex. And now we're taking our circles with the big toe being the leader, all the way around in those ankles. You may find that one ankle feels a little bit different as you take this circular journey around in the ankle. And now let's reverse it to making the little toe be the leader. You can learn a lot about yourself and how you stand and how you habitually move by really paying attention to some of these micro motions here. All the way around, good, and up, and shake that foot out. And once again, let's sit up tall, divine flesh is out. Backs are straight, rubbing the hands together, creating that energy ball. And then making a hand come to the side of the body here, over and down the left side, and gently just slide along the surface of the skin on the outside of that leg and out and down and off the foot, folding from the hips there when you take that fold. And again, here's our second one. It's like you're soothing yourself, but it also is a connector, as we talked about before, reaching out. And we have one more, and coming up, coming to the side of the head, down the neck, side of the torso, side of the leg, all the way out and down. And sit up tall, and just give yourself a moment to notice if now you feel more equal in terms of how the legs are set in and how you feel connected, networked in to your body. Okay, let's start working a little bit with our hips here. We're gonna bring our legs up, and we're gonna just open them up and flex the feet. And come up and close them. Up and open. And up and close. Two more. And up and open and lift and close and up and open. Good. And lift and close. Let's shoot the legs up to a small diagonal there. Let's flex our feet, and we're going to roll that right hip in and out as the left stays right where it is. In and out and in and out. Excellent. And in and out. Come back upright, sitting up tall. Let's take it to the other side. Rolling that hip in and out. Good. And in and out. Two more. And in and out and in and out. Come back to neutral position. Bring your legs together. Sit back. Beat the thighs out. And now we're going to fold one leg on top of the other. So let's go with our right leg behind and under, and then the left leg up and over. And we're folding the legs. And we're sitting up tall. So even just sitting in this position, you should feel a stretch underneath here in where the boots connect up to the thighs. And you may feel it on the other side too. So you're trying to keep those thighs together. Back starts straight. We're going to roll forward as far as we can. So we have a deep breath in, exhale, roll, slide the hands out. As you go forward, you're going to find that you get more of a deep stretch, particularly on that top leg under the thigh. Let's take a deep breath in. As we exhale, reach the hands out. We're trying to maintain both hips on the floor, and you may find you're not getting very far each time, but you are increasing that stretch. Head is loose, shoulders loose. Breath in. Exhale and reach, inching out. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Checking that the head is not being held. And last time, deep breath in. And exhale and reach. Excellent. Now walk yourself up and realign the spine. You'll find that that stretch on the thigh goes away as you realign. And then let's come upright, shake the legs out, and we'll go to the other side. Okay, so left leg is under, right leg is on top. And you may find from one direction to the other that you have some interesting differences, but you're trying to keep both hips on the floor, and right away you should feel that stretch there. Make sure your position allows that hip to stay down, back so straight. And rolling down, top of the head goes down, roll, coming forward, come to your first position, where you notice what's happening in the stretch there. Deep breath in, exhale and out. Breath in. Lowering down. Again, the increments may be very, very small. Two more. Deep breath in. Exhale and reach. And last time. Breath in. Exhale and lengthen. Really noticing what's lengthening, what's stretching. And then slowly walk yourself up and realign the spine to an upright position. Excellent. And then come back to the center and beat the legs out once again. Okay, let's get into a little bit more of a deeper inside thigh stretch here. So let's open up the legs here. And you're going to go to the position that you can get to while your legs are really staying rotated out. If you need to have your knees bent, you can. Let's have our feet nice and pointed. And let's take some side stretches. So here we go. We're reaching the hand out, and the left arm goes over the head, way out as far as you can get. Other hip stays on the floor. Now we're going to twist towards that right leg and drop down. So we're getting a different kind of stretch in our side body, but our legs are continuing to stretch in this open wide position. Let's come back to the side and reach. Maybe you've gotten a little farther over. Excellent. Coming down and twist. Folding from the hip flexors there. We're not trying to involve the lower spine as the folding motivator. And once again, so here we are. We're tight right over to the side. Each time you may find you can get a little farther over. Reach it out. And twist and drop, and you may find you can get a little farther over. Opposite hip still stays on the floor. Last time. And reach. And you'll have changed your position quite a bit from the first time we went over. Good. Coming down, drop, and lower. Good. Roll yourself upright to an upright position, nice and slow, and come to the center, and you'll feel like you're over more on this right side than the left. So let's take it to the other side this first time. Be nice to yourself. Here we go. We're reaching the arm over our head. Go to what works for you. Your feet are still nice and pointed all the way through the foot. And then we're coming into that twist. And you may find, like all of the exercises, that you have one side that's easier or more challenging than the other to get into these positions. And reaching to the side. We've got both hips on the floor. All the way over as far as you can get the second time. Good. Hands come down and take that twist. Elbows are down, shoulders are down. Both hips are on the floor. Third time. Reach and stretch. Way out there. Good. And come back. Down, twist, and drop. Last time. Here we go. Reach all the way over. See how far over you can get. Excellent. And come down. Elbows go down and lower the upper body over. Good. Walking yourself up to an upright position, nice and slowly, and come up and face to the front. Let's flex our feet. Now we're going to take a forward fold. So once again, we're still right, head down, roll, walking out. As far as you can get for your first position, feeling the stretch in the inside thighs. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, reach out. Feel the heels reaching out and keep the legs rotated out as much as you can. Breath in. Exhale and lengthen out. 2 more. Breath in. As you lengthen, feel the muscles stretching, letting that torso get closer to the floor and legs go out. So we're getting a really good, nice stretch through the inside thighs. Last time, deep breath in. Let's make a noise on the exhalation. Here we go. Exhale. Way out there. Enjoying this stretch. And then walk the hands in as you roll up through the spine, coming to an upright position. All the way up. Good. Let's put our hands behind us and rotate the legs even more in this flex position and squeeze the legs together. So you're using inside thigh. Good. And point the feet. Now in this rotated position, let's take a forward fold. So again, make sure that the divine flesh is out from underneath you. You've got a rotation here and feet are pointed so that the stretch in the hamstring will be a little bit different. Lifting the torso up and flattening the back over, folding from the hip flexors all the way out and down. Hands come down, lower the chest down to the legs, keeping the legs rotated out. Heads are nice and loose, shake them out. Shake the shoulders out, shake the hips out, and see if that allows you to lower a little bit more. Now we're going to use our feet in this rotated position. Deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to go into a flex, which will increase the stretch. But remember, we're still rotated out. Breath in. Exhale, push through the feet and point. Heads lower, maybe you can get your body a little bit farther forward, hands reaching out. Breath in. Exhale, press out through the heels. Lengthen the body down and inch the hands out. So you're really flattening the spine out as best you can along the legs. Heads are loose. Deep breath in. Exhale, push through into that point, in that rotated point position. If you can lower a little bit more, fantastic. Again, deep breath in. Exhale, pushing out through the heels and lowering the body, inching the fingers out and increasing the stretch on the hamstrings in this rotated position. Last time, deep breath in. Exhale, point the feet, letting everything go. See how far out you can get. What's stretching here? Not only the legs, but possibly the lower spine. Deep breath in. Exhale and press out through the heels. Lowering the body down. Deep stretch. Good. Point the feet, walk the hands up, and roll up through the spine. Good. Shake the legs out. Let's go into a hands and knees position and work again with the spine. Trying to really ripple through the spine here. So we start with a nice flat back and your abdominals are engaged. And we're going to push back into a child's pose. So we're lengthening again through the spine here. But now we're going to lift up into that cat position. Push the hips through, come down. If you need to, you can put your hands forward more and press the hips down as the upper body comes up. So we're going into all the positions we worked on in that spine, but in this nice sinuous sort of snake-like motion. So then we're going to arch back and push, and you can slide your arms as you need to, and going into child's pose, elbows come down, lower back comes up, pushing through, arcing the hips through, lift and up. Good, pushing back, all the way, breathe, all the way back into your child's pose, and allow that spine to snake through. 2 more, lift it up, push through, arcing, letting that whole sinuous motion happen there. And come up, arching, pushing through, good, and come down. We have 1 more. And lift it up, breathe, all the way through, lengthen, drop, and up. Feel the hips stretch, the hip flexors stretch, shoulders down, and lengthen. Good, let's come back up and come into a curled toe position and press the heels down. So you want to move your feet where it works for you, and we're pressing out and stretching out through the Achilles in this down dog position. Backs are straight. Let's lift both heels up. So we're stretching through the lower part of the foot, the bottom of the foot. Press the heels down and lift up and press down. Lift up and press down. Good. And last time, lift it up and press down. Now in your down dog position, let's take the front leg, push into a pointed position, rotate the leg out, and lift that leg up as high as you can. So you're getting a stretch in many different places, activating many different parts of your body there. Good. And then let's flex out through the foot, point and into the toe. And flex, leg is rotated out, point into the toe. And flex, push through and point. And flex, push through and point. Now we're going to lower the leg in a rotated position. Then at some point you're going to come to a parallel position and bring back that foot into the down dog position here. Let's bring the knees down, keeping the heels lifted to press through those feet. And from here, release the toes and go into your child's pose. Just to rest for a moment.
and then come upright. You might have to adjust your clothing and curl the toes under, and let's go back into down dog. So we can work with the other leg, but before we do that, let's repeat. Heels come up and press the heels down, and heels up and press the heels down. 2 more, and lift the heels up and press them down. Once more, lift them up all the way and press them down. Now we're going to work with that back leg. So we're going to point the foot, lift the leg in a parallel position. At some point, maybe go into a rotated position and lift that leg up as high as you can. Here we go with the foot. Flex and push through into that point, the toes. And flex, push through and point. Lifting the leg as high as you can. 2 more. Flex, push through and point. And last time, flex and push through and point. Good. Lowering that leg and then bringing it into a parallel position, getting the foot back into your down dog position. Press the heels back. And once again, pushing through the heels forward and the toes stay. Bring the knees down, toes release, and go back into your child's pose. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then come on back up to your hands and knees. We're going to go into a plank. So we're stretching those legs out, and we're going to rotate, bringing the feet to the side. Bring that back hand underneath you and reach the arm up. Here we are. We're just going to hold this for a moment, taking some deep breaths. Excellent. Now, you can do this either in this position, or you can bring your hips down and take the position on the floor with your legs, still taking this twist. So the arm is up high. We're going to curve the arm, trying to maintain the rest of our body in this forward motion or forward direction. And lift, coming up in balance. And curve, and twist down. And lift, and come upright. And curve it, and twist. Good. And lift. And up. Once more. And curve it. And twist. Excellent. And lift. And up. All right, now everybody's going to bring their hips down, and you can go into a bent position here. This is what I meant, that you could have curved this way. Okay, but we're all going to be in this position. We're going to stretch the legs out. Curve and twist so that you've got the lower leg rotated out, the knees going to the floor on the bottom leg, and the top leg has the knee up to the ceiling. And we're going to place our elbow right underneath our shoulders there. Bring this top leg up. We're going to flex the foot, bring the hand in, take a deep breath in, and press that knee back. Bottom leg is pointed, and it's anchoring you in. Now point this top leg, reach it and stretch it. So again, getting an inside thigh stretch there. Try not to sag in our rib cage there. Flex the foot, bend. Drive that knee behind as far as you can get. Point the foot and stretch and lift. Good. Flex the foot, grab, press back. See how far back you can get. Reach and lift. Each time we're trying to increase that stretch, flex the foot. Here's our last one. Grab it, push it behind, lift, and lengthen. Now we're going to slide the bottom leg out, bringing the top leg up towards our heads as far as we can get to get a good inside thigh stretch there. Excellent. Hand comes down, foot reaches out, comes down. And now we're going to swing around with the legs together, using this hand and the crease and fold in the hips to come up into a pike. We're going to go to the upper side. First, we're going to come down to our bellies. Hands go at our shoulders and curl the toes under, and we're going into a plank. Back hand comes forward as we rotate those feet. Now again, you have your choice. You can either be doing this exercise with the legs up in the side plank, or you can have your knees bent and your hips down. So here we go, arms up, keeping the balance. We're twisting underneath.
and lift, and stretch. 3 more, and curve, and twist. Good, and lift. Breathe it up, and over, and twist. Excellent. Lift, and up. Last time, over, and twist it, and lift, and up. Good. Get down, get into your elbow underneath your shoulder position. Legs are rotated out, so you've got that bottom leg rotating out, knee to the ceiling. You have to wiggle a little bit to make that happen. Top leg is facing up, backs are straight. Bringing this leg up, bringing the knee in towards the shoulder. Flex the foot, hand grabs the heel, deep breath in. Exhale, press that knee back. Point the foot, stretch, and lengthen. Good, you know we have 3 more. Flex that foot. Deep breath in, press that knee behind you. Point the bottom foot, make sure it's nice and strong to give you an anchor so you can reach that leg up higher. Good, and flex, breathe, push it behind. Point, lengthen, all the way up. Good, and let's take that once more. We've got the foot flexing, grabbing hold of that heel, drive that knee behind, point, flex, and reach. How far up can you make that leg go? Here we go into our slide. So we're sliding that bottom arm down and we're bringing that top leg up as high as we can. Feel the bottom foot really anchor into the floor so you can really pull with this leg and deepen this side stretch. Excellent. Good. Let's lower the leg, coming all the way down. Excellent. And now swinging, hiking at the hips, and coming upright. Good. All right. Let's sit up nice and tall, and let's actually fold our legs. So we have a base there. Remember that you want some space between the heels and your torso so that you can have a really nice tall spine. Let's take a little circle with the head to open up through the neck area. So we're dropping the head down, circling over to the right, lifting it up to the ceiling, and around to the left. 3 more, circling, breathing, lifting it up, all the way around. Excellent. And down, and circle, lift it up, all the way around, and down. 1 more, and circle, and lift, and up, and down. Let's take it to the other side. So dropping down, looking over to the left, breathing it up, around, and down. Breathe, circle, lift it up, and around. 2 more, and circle, breathe, and lift, all the way around, and down. Last time, chin to the chest, circling, breathing tall, up, around, and down. Head lifts up, and let's take some side stretches. 1 more, elbow down, reach this arm through, and feel the opposite hip on the floor in the direction that we're going in to increase that side body stretch. And let's curve to the front. Once again, working with that upper body, which we did quite a bit of work with at the beginning of class, and over to the other side. Hip stays down. Swing to the front. Drop, lift, and to the side. And over, and down, around to the side, and out. Now we're going to add just 1 more thing to this as we go to this next side. Over and around and out. Now bring that arm up and press the chest forward and allow that arm to go back. So we're making our chest go towards the ceiling as best we can. Good, and come upright. Let's take that once more. Breathe, press, and open the chest. Good, creating space for that whole front of the chest area. And up, let's come over to the side of that arm, swing around, and we'll go to the other side. Here we go, we're setting up to the side here. Both hips are on the floor, arm comes up, deep breath in. Exhale, press the chest forward as we expand the arm behind, opening up. Good. And come up, right, and we have one more deep breath in. Exhale, and let the head go with you as you open that arm behind, feeling the opening in upper chest, shoulder area. Good. And come to the side. Good. Let's come around to the front. Fall over to the front, folding from the hip flexors there. One more stretch forward here, deep breath in. Exhale, push the hands out. And allow the body to sink. And then slowly roll up through the spine. Sitting upright with that spine, arms come out to the side. Take a deep breath in. Hands come together, clasp them and bring them to your heart chakra. Give thanks to your body. We need to give a little bit more gratitude to our physical bodies. So I hope every day you wake up and say, yay. All right, enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks for joining me.